Imagine you've just dropped $40,000 on a brand new Ducati. It's Italian perfection with carbon fiber, a screaming V4 engine, and enough electronic brainpower to land a rocket on the moon. You feel like a king, but here's the cold, hard truth. The most important part of that bike, the part that keeps you from becoming a permanent part of a stone wall at 180 miles per hour, wasn't actually made by Ducati. In fact, if you walk across the showroom to the KTMs, the BMWs, or even the high-end Kawasaki's, you'll see the exact same name stamped on the wheels: Brembo. It's a name so dominant that we've almost stopped seeing it, acting as the Intel inside of the motorcycle world. Whether you're watching a MotoGP pro slide a bike into a corner, or you're just trying not to hit a Prius in city traffic, you are trusting your life to a company that started in a backyard garage in 1961. It is the ultimate puppet master of the industry, a company that decided that going fast is easy, but stopping is where the real money is. In 1961, in northern Italy, a man named Italo Bombese opened a small mechanical workshop. At the time, Italy was obsessed with the automobile, but brakes were terrifyingly unreliable cast iron discs that worked about as well as a wet sponge once they got hot. Italo's secret weapon was pure obsession. While others tried to make engines more powerful, Brembo obsessed over friction. They weren't even making their own brakes at first, they were just repairing them for Alfa Romeo. The turning point came in 1964 when a strike in the UK meant Italian car makers couldn't get their usual British parts. They turned to the small shop in Bergamo, and suddenly, Brembo wasn't just a repair shop, they were a manufacturer, but cars were just the warm-up. In 1972, Moto Guzzi came knocking for a braking system for their heavy twins, and Brembo delivered a revolution that caught the eye of Ducati. Just like that, the Italian marriage was born, and if you wanted a bike to be taken seriously, it had to have those red calipers. If you want to know who really runs an industry, look at the racing. In the motorcycle world, Brembo is a total monopoly. Every single bike on the MotoGP grid uses Brembo. Yamaha, Honda, Ducati, KTM, Aprilia. They spend hundreds of millions trying to beat each other with secret aero wings and engine maps. But when it comes to the brakes, they all go to the same office in Italy and ask for the good stuff. Braking is the most violent thing you can do to a motorcycle, and in MotoGP, riders go from 220 miles per hour to 60 in a few hundred feet. The heat generated could melt lead, and if those brakes fail for even a millisecond, the rider is a passenger in a disaster. Brembo's secret is feel. A cheap brake is like an on-off switch, but a Brembo is like a volume knob for gravity. Their innovation of the radial mount caliper in the 90s bolted the parts so tightly that flex disappeared, allowing racers to trail brake with their elbows touching the ground. Brembo became a fashion statement by using the Apple playbook. They made their products look as good as they performed. Before them, brakes were ugly, gray, industrial lumps hidden behind wheels. Brembo painted them bright red and carved them out of solid blocks of billet aluminum, turning a utility part into jewelry. This created a consumer pull where riders started asking showrooms if a bike had Brembos. If the answer was no, the bike felt cheap. This forced the Japanese Big Four giants into a corner. For decades, they used Japanese brands like Nissin and Takiko, which were fine, but fine doesn't sell $20,000 sport bikes. Eventually, even Honda and Kawasaki had to surrender. When your biggest competitors have to buy your parts to make their own products look premium, you've won the game. They didn't stop there. They bought AP Racing, Marchesini, and J1, becoming the architects of control who sell the wheels, the hoses, and the software. We are now entering the most dangerous era for motorcycles with the rise of heavy electric bikes. These machines carry massive batteries that want to keep moving forward even when you want to stop. Brembo isn't panicking. They are already designing Sensify, a brake-by-wire system where the brakes aren't even connected to your hand by fluid anymore. The bike's computer senses your squeeze and uses AI to decide exactly how much pressure to put on each wheel to keep you from flipping over. It's futuristic, slightly scary, and 100% Italian. Whether you love the purest feel of an old-school cable or the AI safety of the future, you are living in Brembo's world. They are the invisible hand making 200 horsepower manageable. Next time you're at a bike meet, count the B logos. You'll realize that while we argue about who makes the best engine, One company is quietly winning every single race by deciding exactly when the world stops.